friends, my name is Mohsin Mullah and I welcome you all to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we're going to discuss about very important aptitude topic, that is ratios and proportions. Friends, in many of the competitive examinations and the campus papers of companies such as TCS, Wipro, Infosys, etc., we always find questions from some important topics of aptitude. One of those topics is ratios and proportions. Okay, so here you will expect at least 2 to 3 questions from this particular ratios and proportions topic. And here it is very kind of interesting to understand as well as very easy to use, because the formula here are very less. Okay, or you can say the arrangement that you need to doing this kind of problems are very less. With a simple rearrangement of the given information, we will be able to solve the any number of problems on these topics. Okay, so now what is ratios? Okay, so to understand these ratios, I'll just give you an example. Okay, suppose you are two siblings. Okay, so you might be two brothers, or brother or a sister, or two sisters, and suppose your father is going to give you 1,000 rupees per month as your pocket money. Okay, fine. Now suppose if you are of equal age, okay, or you are twin. Now what would you expect? Definitely you are going to expect half of, means here 1 is to 1. Okay, half of means 1 is to 1. So whatever you will get, same amount will be given to your brother or sister, or whatever your brother or sister will get, exactly same amount you should do. So how do you divide this equally? So that is, you are going to divide it by 2. Whatever whole amount is there, so you are going to divide it by 2. Okay, so then you are going to get 500. Okay, so that will come as 500. Okay, so now this 500 is given to you also and your brother or sister. So u is to b. So now 500 and 500. Okay, so now this 1000 is divided between you and your brother as 500 and 500. So this is nothing but when you cancel the common term, so at that time it will become 1 is to 1. So this is called as the ratio. Okay, simply this is called as the ratio. Now how 2 has come? So this 2 has come that you and your brother, there are two people, so two parts, equal parts means you have to make two equal parts. So therefore 1 plus 1, two parts, and out of those two parts, one is given to you and another one is given to your brother or sister. Okay, clear? Now take an example. Okay, so again you are two brothers or two sisters, or brother or sister. Okay, so now you are, say, elder brother. Okay, and your younger brother is half of your age. So now again the amount is, say, 1,000 rupees, and same amount is to be divided between you and your brother. Okay, so you are elder and your younger brother is, okay, so your brother is smaller. Okay, so your elder brother and your other brother is smaller. So now half of your age, you can say. So now what will happen, as you are elder, so your expenses are more. Amount is fixed, 1,000 rupees. Now you have to share the amount in such a way that, so you should get the more proportion of that, more quantity of that than your brother. Okay, so now how you are going to divide? So now you cannot already agree to divide it by 50-50. Okay, so you are not going to divide it equally, so you are going to definitely demand for larger share of that. So you will say, I want 600 rupees. Okay, and your brother will get 400 rupees. Now in this case, what is the ratio? So here if you cancel this common terms, so 0 zeros are common, and also here it will become 6 is to 4. Now again in 6 and 4 there is a common term. What is that? 2. Okay, so divided by 2. So when you divide it by 2 on both the sides, you are going to get 3 is to 2. Means now whatever amount is there, it will be shared between you and your brother in the ratio of 3 is to 2. It means if 1,000 rupees is there, you are going to get 600 and your brother is going to get 400. So what you exactly did here? So out of, okay, total amount, you have made 5 parts. Okay, so you have made 5 parts. So those 5 parts, after doing the 5 parts, okay, so now you are dividing it in the ratio of 3 and 2. So 1000 divided by 5. Okay, so what will be the amount? It is 200. One part is 200. Okay, so you are going to get 3 part of that. So 3 into 2, 600. Okay, 3 into 2 is 600. Similarly, 2 into 2, your brother is going to get 2 parts of that same amount. Okay, 200 is one part, so 2 parts is 2 into 200, so it is going to be 400. Okay, 600 into 600 is to 400, or 3 is to 2. So this is called as the ratio, and usually we represent this in terms of a divided by b, that is called as fraction a divided by b, where a and b are two values of a particular ratio. Okay, so the first term is called as a, is also called as first term here, or it is also called as antecedent. Okay, so it is also called as antecedent. Okay, and the second b is called as the second term, or it is called as consequent. So here, for example, we can say that there is a ratio of 5 is to 9. How do we write this? 5 divided by 9. 5 divided by 9. Okay, where 5 is called as antecedent and 9 is called as consequent. Now this 5 is to 9 can also be written as 10 is to 18, or it can also be written as 15 into 27. So why we can write this? Because here there is a common divider. If I divide it by 2, so what I'm going to get again? I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get this. Similarly, if I'm going to divide it by 3, I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get the same value. Understanding? So common divider and multiplier will not have any effect on the ratio. So here, instead of 1000, if I change it to 2000, okay, so if I change it to 2000, what would happen? So here the value will become double. Okay, so per part will become now 2000 divided by 5 is nothing but, so here it will be 400. So you are going to get 4 into 3, 1200, and your brother is going to get 2 into that 400 into 2, 800 rupees. Understanding? Again, it is going to be 2000 rupees. So whatever may be the multiplication, so it doesn't affect the overall ratio, it is going to remain same. Okay, so that 2 is commonly multiplied to you and your brother, so 200 has become 400, means 2 is multiplied. So if anything is common divided also, it doesn't make any difference. Now proportion. So now equality of two ratios is called as proportion. Equality of two ratios is called as proportion. So here suppose two ratios are given, a is to b and c is to d, and if they are equal, then we write this as a is to b, is to c is to d. Okay, where a b c d are in proportion, we say that a b c d are in proportion, and here a and d are called as extremes, and b and c are called as mean terms. Okay, a and d, which are at the leftmost end and the rightmost end, are called as extreme terms or extremes, and in between terms which are present, middle terms, they are called as mean terms. Okay, and always remember that when the proportion is given and there are four terms, then the product of means is always equal to product of extremes. That is, product of means is b into c is always equal to a into d. Okay, and also mean proportion between a and b. Suppose if there is only two terms are there in a ratio. Okay, so now mean proportion of this a and b is always equal to a is under the root a into b. Okay, so this is called as mean proportion. Now comparison of ratios. Suppose if two ratios are there, a is to b and c is to d, and they are in such a way that a is to b is greater than c is to d. Therefore, a divided by b will be obviously greater than c divided by d. And also, if a divided by b is equals to c divided by d, then also it is true that a plus b divided by a minus b, that ratio is going to be equal to c plus d divided by c minus d, this ratio. Okay, so these are the simple things that we are going to make use in our solution of the problems in this particular video here. Okay, so now here we have different problems I have already taken here, and now we are going to solve these problems one by one. So now the very first example is given here, A and B. Okay, two people A and B together have rupees 1210. Okay, they have the rupees 1210. If 4 by 15 of A's amount is equal to 2 by 5 of B's amount, how much amount does B have? So A plus B together have how much? A plus B together have 1210 rupees. Okay, and what is given here? 4 by 15 of A is equal to 2 by 5 of B. Okay, so this is they have given, and what they are asking, how much amount does B have? How much amount does B have? Okay, so now let us see how we can solve this particular example here. So they have given obviously this particular relationship that 4 by 15 into A is equal to 2 by 5 into B. Okay, so now therefore let us try to write in terms of A here. So I'll keep A only on the left hand side, and I'll take 15 to the 15 by 4 to the right hand side into 2 by 5 into B. Okay, so here 2 will get cancelled to here, and 5, and here it is 3. So what we are going to get, sorry, 3 divided by 2 into B. So A equal to, this gives A equal to 3 by 2B, or we can also write this as 2A equal to 3B. Okay, 2A equal to 3B, or also we can write this in terms of A divided by B, just keeping A divided by B on the left hand side. So right hand side will be equal to 3 by 2. Okay, so here this is very useful to us, so therefore we will use this relationship in terms of ratios. So therefore what will happen, A is to B will be equal to 3 is to 2. Okay, 3 is to 2. So now here what will be the B's share? B's share is nothing but, so the total parts we have to obtain here. So out of the total amount that A plus B have, so they have made 5 parts. Earlier I had given this example. So if 3 is to 2 is there, then you have to make total parts. Okay, so total parts will be equal to 3 plus 2, that is 5. Okay, so now there are total 5 parts. Out of those 5 parts, B's share is 3 and A's share is 2. Okay, so therefore B's value will be equal to, total amount is how much? I'll first write the share. So 3 out of 5 shares are of B's, of the whatever total amount together they have. So what is the total amount? That is 1210. So therefore when we solve this example, here we are going to get around 484 as our answer. So here 484, that is option B is correct answer. Okay, now let us see the second example here. Okay, so here second example is given. Two numbers are respectively 20% and 50% more than a third number. The ratio of two numbers is. Okay, so here they have mentioned that there are three numbers, and two numbers are respectively 20% and 50% more than a third number. So let x be the third number. Okay, let x be the third number. Okay, so now what they have done here, so then a first number. Okay, so first number is 120% greater than that what they have given. Two numbers are respectively 20% and 50% more than the third number. So if third number is x, first number is it, how much it is? First number is 120%. More than means 1 plus 20%, 100 plus 20%. So 120% of x. Okay, 120% of x. So which can be written as 120 divided by 100 into x, or if I solve this, what I'm going to get is, so here dividing by 2, 6 divided by 5 into x is the first number. Similarly, what is the second number? second number is 50% more. 50% more means 100% is equal. 50% more means 100 plus 50. So 150% of x. So 150 divided by 100 into x. Okay. So this will be cancelled again by dividing it by 2. So we are going to get 3 by 2 x. So therefore the ratio of the two numbers. Okay, so the ratio of the two numbers, they have asked for the ratio of the two numbers is the first and second number. So 6 by 5 x is to ratio means the same is to 3x by 2. Okay, so now we have to rearrange the terms. So 2 I will take to the left hand side, 5 I will take to the right hand side. So it will be 12x is to 15x. Okay, so x is common, so we will remove that. So again here in 12 and 15 what is common? That is 3. So if you take that 3 common here, so divide by 3 and divide by 3 on both the sides, so you are going to get 4 is to 5. So this is the required answer, 4 is to 5. Okay, so that is the solution for the second problem. Okay, so now third problem is, so here sum of money is to be distributed among A, B, C, D in the proportion of 5 is to 2 is to 4 is to 3. If C gets rupees 100 more than D, what is B's share? It is very interesting and most common problem that is asked in many of the examinations. Okay, so only the data might be changed, but most of the time it will be the same type of question format. Okay, so now let us see how we can solve this. So what they have given? They have given that A, B, C, D in the proportion. So there is proportion when the term comes. So you have to imagine that there is some amount x available. Out of that x value, so A's share is 5, B share is 2, C share is 4, and D's share is 3. So you have to understand that. Okay, so therefore this x value is nothing but the per share value. Okay, so therefore how we can write this? Let the shares of, once you understand, you don't need to write the sentences. For beginning I'm just writing A, B, C, D, B. Okay, so when they have given the ratio, so that into x you have to just write. Okay, 5x. Okay, and it is for B it is 2x, for C it is 4x, and for D it is last term is 3x. Okay, so that is respectively. Okay, so then what they have asked is, what additional they have given? If C gets rupees 1000 more than D, if C gets rupees 1000 more than D, what is the C's value? Here C's values is, okay, so I will just write this. Here it is values of D. C's value is 1000 more than D. So here C's value is represented as 4x. C's value is larger than D. Means if difference between C and D's value is taken, it is going to be equal to 1000. Okay, 4x minus 3x is going to be 1000. Therefore, 4x minus 3x, it is simple algebraic equation. So it is nothing but simply x. Now what is the value of x? It is 1000. So now we know that what is one particular per share value. It is 1000. Therefore these shares are equal to, how much shares are there? What is the proportion of B? It is 2x. So therefore these share are equal to rupees 2 into or 2x or 2 into 1000. Okay, which is 2000. So now 2000 rupees is the correct answer. Okay, so now let us see the fourth example here, which is also kind of very interesting example here, because this is most commonly practiced in our day-to-day life by the milkman. Okay, so it is not true for all the people, but there are some people who do this practice. Okay, so now in a mixture of 60 liters, so there is a mixture of 60 liters, the ratio of milk and water 2 is to 1. The ratio of milk and water is 2 is to 1. If this ratio is to be 1 is to 2, then the quantity of water to be further added. Okay, so now suppose you are giving the milk to dairy. Okay, so the person who comes from the dairy, So he will take milk from you. So what you will do, you will add some, suppose you do not add, but suppose imagine that you are adding some water to it. So how much you are adding the water? If there are 2 parts of milk, so for every 2 parts of milk you are adding 1 part of water. So 2 part of milk here and 1 part of water, 2:1. Okay, and what is the total mixture here? So total mixture is 60 liters. Okay, so in the 60 liters how many parts are there? 2 plus 1, 3. Okay, so each part is how much? 60 divided by 3. Each part is 60 by 3, so that is equal to 20. So this is nothing but our x value, okay, per share value or per part value. Fine. So now here, what is the question? That dairy person will take milk from you in this particular ratio, and he now wants to change the ratio. He wants to keep only 1 part of milk and 2 parts of water. So what he should do? How much water he has to definitely add the water? How much water he has to add so that the ratio will become 1:2? Okay, so that we have to determine here. So therefore, whatever 60 liters is already there, so he has to add some other quantity to that, so that the total means that the ratio of the two, milk and water, will be 1:2. Okay, so how much he has to add, that we have to see here. Fine. So now here, total quantity that needs to be added. So I'll just write it here. Or we can try to obtain the quantity of milk. First of all, quantity of milk right now is how much? Quantity of milk is, so here 2 into 20, 2 shares. Okay, milk is 2 shares. It is 40 liters. And quantity of water is 1 share. 1 into x, or 20, x value is 20, so it is 20 liters. Now he has to change the ratio. He has to make water is in the ratio of 3. Okay, means sorry, water is 2 parts and milk is 1 part. So how much he has to add it further, that we need to obtain. Okay, so therefore let us write here, let the quantity of water to be added further be, say, w. Okay, w liters. Fine. So then now next, ratio of milk is to water is going to be equal to, so 40 is already the milk value divided by water value. Water value already it was 20. Okay, so I have written here 20. So that plus additional water value that we are going to add. Okay, so this is what we are going to get, and this should be equal to what? In the ratio of 1:2. Okay, so this should be 1:2. That means it is 1 divided by 2. So therefore, rearranging the terms, we will be able to calculate the value of w here. Okay, so therefore I will take 20 plus w to the right hand side, and 2 to the left hand side. So here it is going to be 80 equal to 20 plus w. So therefore w equals to 80 minus 20. 80 minus 20, that is 60 liters. Okay, so here the option is equal to 60 liters. Fine. So now in other way also you can understand, you have to make the water uh, here already there is 1 part, so you have to make it 2 parts more. So just add 2 parts here, so automatically it will become 60 liters. Okay, so that in that way also you can make it. Okay, so 1 is already there, you want to make it 2, so you have to just add the 2 more parts to it, so it will become 20 plus 2 parts 40, so 60. Okay, so that way also you can get the required solution for that. Okay, so now let us see the next example here. Okay, so which this example is such a kind of example to which you also can relate. Okay, because it is related to the number of students, boys and girls in a class. Okay, so here the ratio of the number of boys and girls in a college is 7 is to 8. If the percentage increase in the number of boys and girls be 20% and 10% respectively, what will be the new ratio? So already the number of boys and girls are given here. Okay, so ratio of boys and girls, I'll write boys is to girls is given here, that is 7 is to 8, means I will write number is boys equal to 7 times x, whatever may be the total number of that 7 parts are boys and 8 parts are girls. Okay, 8x. Now what they are going to do, they are going to increase the number of boys and girls by 20% in boys and 10% plus 20% they are going to do and plus 10% they are going to do here. Okay, so after that what will be the value? So when they increase it 20%, so what will happen? Total number will be 100% plus 20%, 120% of the boys equal to 120% into 7x. Okay, and here it will be equal to 110% of girls into 8x. Okay, so 120 divided by 100 into 8x. So here this will go, and dividing by 2 you are going to get 6 by 5 into 8x, and here again the same thing, 110 divided by 100 into 8x. So one will go, sorry, here it is 7x, not 8, 7x. Okay, so this is going to be 42 by 5x, and this is going to be here 110 by 8 is going to be dividing by 2. Okay, so here it is going to be 44 by 5, 44 by 5x. Okay, so 44 by 5x. Therefore the required ratio boys is to girls, so this is the required ratio. So therefore I can write this as 42 by 5 into x is to 44 by 5 into x. So x will get cancelled, 5 will get cancelled, 42 is to 44, and it is also can be divided by 2. Okay, so that time it will become 21 is to 22. Okay, so this is the correct answer, 21 is to 22. Okay, so in this way you can solve this example also. Fine. So now next example is salaries of Ravi and Sumit are in the ratio of 2 is to 3. Okay, so the salaries of Ravi and Sumit are in the ratio of 2 is to 3. S is to R, 2 is to 3. So salary of S is 2x and salary of R is 3x. Okay. Now, if the salary of each is increased by 4,000, the new ratio becomes 40 is to 57. What they are saying is that the salary is going to increase. Then, so 2x is already there, plus it is increased by 4,000, and here it is increased by 3x plus 4,000 increased salary, and the ratio of this increase in salary is, so ratio if you obtain, so it is going to be 2x divided by 4,000 divided by 3x plus 4,000. It is in the ratio of 40 divided by 57. Okay, this is what is Sumit's salary. So we have to obtain the Sumit salary here. So therefore we have to try to find x value. Automatically then we will be able to find the that sorry, I have changed this order. First is Ravi and then is Sumit. Okay, so first is Ravi and then it is Sumit. So we have to rearrange the term and try to simplify this so that we can get the, in terms of that x value, or in terms of x, at least we should be able to getting the answer. So therefore let us try to simplify that. So 57 into 2x plus 4000 equal to 40 into 3x plus 4000. Okay, so therefore 57 into 2 is 114x plus 57 into 4000, okay, equal to 40 into 3 is 120 into x plus 40 into 4000. Okay, I'll not multiply because I'm going to take common. So 120 minus, so here 120 minus 114, 120 minus 114 x equal to 57 minus 40 into 4000. Okay, so this is 6x equal to, here it is 17 into 4000, or this value is equals to 68,000. Okay, now here if I divide it by 2, so dividing it by 2, we are going to get it as 3x. 3x equals to 68,000. Sorry, 68,000 divided by 2 is 34,000. 34,000. Okay, so here you see 3x is already the Sumit's salary, so that without increment, that is 34,000. Now with increment is nothing but it is plus 4,000, so therefore plus 4,000 we have to take here. So 34,000 plus 4,000. Okay, so yes, final equal to, so this is 38,000. So 38,000 is the right answer here. Okay, so in this way we can solve this example also. Okay, now let us see the last example here. So last example is, if 0.75 is to x is 2 is to 5 is to 8, then x equal to. Okay, so here what they have given, proportion is given. Okay, so what they have given is the proportion they have given, that is 0.75 is to x is to 5 is to 8, then x. Okay, so then x. So therefore here to find the x, it is simply mean terms multiplication we can do, equal to other term multiplication. So therefore we can write this as x into 5 equal to 0.75 into 8, so which is nothing but x into 5 equal to 3 by 4 into 8 to 6 by 5. So x equals to 6 by 5, which is nothing but 1.2. So the answer is 1.2. Okay, so this is how we can solve the various examples on the ratios and proportion with the simple basic that we have learned. Okay, so that is it. I hope you understood the concept as well as you are able to solve this. I expect you to practice these problems once again and try to solve on your own, and I will give some practice examples which you need to solve in the Google form. Okay, so wish you all happy learning and thank you.